Welcome back to Titan. We are 40 episodes in, 140 days since landing, and for the first time I'm starting an episode not being unwell. So, we've got a few things to do this time, one of which is I'm going to finally get around to investigating whether I can open up this piece of wall and what the implications of that are. I already know that one is that we're going to have to seal this side potentially, but I need to go and inspect the outside and work that out. So that is the first thing we're going to do. The other thing we are going to do is to try a new mining technique, which I think might be marginally safer on Titan than drilling by hand, notwithstanding that it's also slightly crazy and involves bombs. But, you know, other than that, it will all be fine. Before I do anything though, let's just make sure everything is nicely topped off, ready to head out. Get that fully refilled. That's good enough. Oops. That's good enough. We might as well do that one while I'm here. Eat the last of that. No, didn't even need the last of that. Must remember to make that food processor this time. I keep forgetting. I'm going to remember it this time, he says, before immediately forgetting. No, I'm sure it will be fine. Right. So first things first, let's make the things we need to make right now. It's actually moderately pressurised in here at the moment, but it's not going to be the second I open this door. It's pretty warm in here. Right, okay, so I think I need this machine. Reagent processor, there we go. That wasn't even a difficult thing to make, just needed to remember to do it. Okay. Right, so in the meantime, let's make some of the equipment we will need. So I would like at least one mining backpack. Might just let that make two, I think, actually. We may as well just accept this is going to equalise sooner or later, so I may as well just leave this open. Oh, misread that. I thought it needed 5 and we had 11. It needed 6 and we had 11, so it wasn't ever going to make 2. Perhaps we won't do that there. Perhaps we'll put it through this one. Right, so I'm going to set this to 300 and just shave off a chunk. Right, so we'll have one more of those. Now the next thing I want is mining charges. So I'm going to need gold and silicon. I think it's mostly silicon. Yes, it is. Okay, well that's going to be enough to make 10 anyway, that'll get me going. There's a 59 there. What the hell, let's go for it. You can always smelt a bit more in here anyway. in theory. There we go. Any more? Yep, there we go. Oh, it loaded just as I did it. How annoying. You can go back in then, I didn't want you. There it is. Right. Okay, that's happily churning away there. Just wondering whether I even upgraded my drill. I didn't. I wonder whether I should do that as well. That might be a good idea. Might just slightly reduce the risk of accidents. I don't know, or it might slightly increase them, I can say. I don't exactly have a great track record for mining and accidents. Right, okay, so the other things I want to do too, let's add to the mess out here, to be honest. Leave the laptop because I'm not going to be using that. Oh, I left the CO2. I could have had that in the... could have had that in the farm. I mean, I could just dump it in here. Let it cool down. It's better in here than nowhere, I guess, but it's going to take a while before it actually gets anywhere useful. Decisions. Right, let's turn that off. Right, so what I need is, do I still have iron walls kicking around? Perfect, that's exactly what I want. And I want one door. Maybe I'll make two. I have a bit of an idea. Okay, gonna need some copper for that. Okay, put that in there. Put those two in there. Grab those. Okay. That does not work like that. Okay, right. That's other than just as many bombs as I can make, which I think only stack to 3. Yes, they do. I'll stick them on there. Right, I'm going to head outside first of all and inspect that build location. We'll go out through this airlock. Is that cycling? Of course it's never going to pressure. Oh no, it will pressurise. There is pressure in here now, so it should pressurise. Might be a bit slow, but it should do it. Probably should have just set the internal on this to be really, really low. Can't remember what I set it to. I think it's at 20, which isn't too bad. We'll dump some waste tank in here. It's not the best place for it, but... Oh, that's taking forever. Okay, alright, well while that's taking forever, I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to install this. Melt that CO2 ice. And make some fries. Oops, no, what? They Thank you. I do not wish to reagent process the wrench. Right. Yeah, okay, it's probably quite a good idea because these are actually quite decayed now. Oh dear, I think the eggs are gone as well, aren't they? Well, that's the end of the chickens then. Do that the right way round. Now, fries, I need, let's just check, 5 oil and 3 potatoes. Okay, so can I split this oil or do I know? I think I have to put it in. 5 oil for 5. The rest of the oil can go in there. May as well eat the last of that one while it's here. May as well do that as well. Right, now I need 3 potatoes. So we'll take a seed and we'll get that in, and we'll take 1, 2, seed, plant, 1, 2, and replant there. There we go, this will produce French fries. Okay, well, I didn't need very much of that, but that is superior quality food, and once I have mostly been eating that for a bit, I should be able to improve my hydration. Anyway, for now, that's in, that will do. Right, what I don't have, I realise, is any tape, which I probably ought to have before I go outside. I have a bit of a track record of needing it. Whoops. Close one. And I still forgot the ice. Oh. Yeah, I don't think we'll bother with the Mark II. Okay. Those can go there for now. No, I'm going to do this because otherwise I'm just never going to get around to doing it. Even if I just melt it in here, that will be fine. There we go, it's gone, it's done. And we'll open that as well. There we go. Right, back round again. At least in the meantime, that's given a little CO2 boost. Yeah, 3%. Right, let's get this tape. Did it make tape? Did it not make tape? Okay, I slightly thought I'd pressed the button, but obviously didn't. Right, okay, so we'll drop those there. Right, okay, so first thing I want to do is to... Do I have everything else I need? Not quite, because I need those as well. Let's go. That's at 97%, so that's fine. That's at 76. I'm going to swap that for that one. There we go. Let's close the spare windows. Okay, right. So that stuff can stay there until I'm ready for it. First things first. Over here, can I see the blue frame? I'm kind of expecting it should be around here somewhere. Maybe it is fully enclosed. So I'm thinking it should have been... it's under this one, isn't it? It's the one that's in the corner here, so I've already built above and below it. So I can take it out, but I can't take any others. Okay, so... since the plan here is to be able to build all the way down, obviously the safest way to do this to avoid any risk of contamination is to build solid frames and then close them up and open them from the inside. But I'm just thinking actually I might just vacuum these. Definitely going to need that floor down there though, because we're going to want to take this one out, I think. Let me think about this. If it's inside that corner, take that out. And then I will need stairs down, so that one will have to come out in order to make space for stairs, which means we need one on there. Yeah, so that one will come out. We'll then have... that will be enough to get stairs down. Where are we going to go? We're going to need at least a corridor, even if it's just to turn the corner for more stairs. So I'm going to need one on top of there. In fact, that's exactly what we're going to want it to do, is we're going to want to take those two out, take that one out, have that as a walkway, and then step out. I almost wonder whether it's worth just taking advantage of the fact that this bit's already here, creating so I'm trying to get a mental model of where the stairs are going to go. So they're going to start inside that one, they're going to end inside this one, and you'll be standing on top of that one I'm yet to weld. This will come out, this will be part of a corridor, then you will turn, and then you will need to go down again. So actually that one doesn't go there. What I need is one there, one there, one there, and along the top one there, one there. Right, so you come down, you'll walk onto that. You'll come turn around, so that one comes out. That's it, and then you'll come down here. Right, so that one will have to come out to make space. Means we need one on above, and then at that point you will come round here onto some sort of platform here. This is really difficult to get my head round. Right, so that one will be gone. That will be enclosed. Yeah, this will therefore need to be enclosed. That one is not needed for now. Okay. I'll say that actually I could put one there. Because you'll need to step round and onto something. And then enclose those two there. Right, so then there'll be stairs going down there, which will bring you to this level. So that will need to be enclosed there. Just trying to work out whether actually this doesn't need to be enclosed because it will functionally be inside. Stairs will go down and to there. Right, and then we get into the tricky bit where I'm going to have to actually dig out under here. Oh, not a good start. It wasn't even a very large amount of drilling. Ah, that was good, wasn't it? Let's flush that, get the toxins out.
Temperature critical. Pressure critical.
Right. That's the hole I need to drill. This is actually a nightmare. Right, that's a start. Then we want to go down here. What we're trying to do is to create a space underneath here for a lower deck. Ah, I'm getting sucked back in. Okay, I'm actually going to have to wait until the pressure's stabilised a bit before I can get up that edge. Maybe if I angle grind this one out. I can even work out which one I need to angle grind. Which one's stopping me? Ah, okay. Right. Yeah, so in fact at this point we're not even going to be where we need to be because the stairs are only going to have brought us down. Oh, this is actually incredibly difficult to visualise. Right. So, stairs start inside there, they go down, and they arrive there. I'm standing on this, I then go down another set of stairs. They then actually bump straight into that. So I'm going to have to build the whole thing one further back anyway, so that I've got space to turn and then drop down again. Which is actually a real hassle. Okay, right. Let's try and take advantage of the fact that we've already got some structure here. So if I were to put these on here, that goes all the way across. What does that then mean we need to do? But that means we take out the one that's behind there and we take out the one I'm currently standing on. That becomes corridor, and in fact that can go all the way along this far. And then if I get that one, put one on top. So you then come through here and turn. No, I will need one on the bottom there, because that's the floor. So you come round and turn. Then you will go down a set of stairs. 1, 2. That will then land you on this one I've just installed here. Okay. So I can remove that one, as long as we're going to close that up there. I think I'd probably best keep those. Does that get me where I want to go? So then you're standing on that one. Or not, or falling in. Yeah, okay, that's a start. That's a start. This one's going to have to come out. Because we're then going to need to go down again. Okay, so I'm going to try and weld some of these and see whether it makes it any clearer. It'll probably actually make it worse. Don't need that one there, do I? Although I clearly do need one there. So that's not actually going to seal otherwise. That's my slight worry, is that those are not actually into the ground. So I'm just not quite sure that one is either. I think it is, but... guess the test will be whether I can actually vacuum this structure out once I've built the next bit. I'm thoughtful about welding that one because I'm going to need to get underneath the base somewhere, but I think I'm going to do that for now anyway. Possibly get away without some of this. But I'm not sure I want to really risk that. I think I really need one in there. Right, okay, now for the actually dangerous bit. I've run out of steel sheets anyway. Right. Okay, so if that was closed up... not sure. I think that's some progress, but I'm going to need some stairs before I can really check. Anyway, for now, that's quite enough of that. Let's go and do something more dangerous. Because that wasn't dangerous enough. Right. Do I have any slots that I don't immediately need? Other than just dropping the mining backpack and accepting I can't carry as much. Might be okay. Don't really know how much I need. So, well, I'll do that. And I'll do... that. I wonder if that counts as a tool. It does. Amazing in that case. We'll get there in a minute. Get the right combination of drags. Right, there we go. Right. Okay, so first thing I want to do is go and find somewhere I haven't mined too aggressively, where it looks like there might be some nitrice. This looks like an interesting and potentially an interesting spot. No, it's no good to me. It's got those holes are too close by. Okay, let's go over here and try this. This looks hopeful. If this is nitrice, although I think it might be actually be silicon. It is. Nitrice is what I really need. There we go, that will do the job. Right. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is figure out where do I need to put these. So let's get that aligned. And one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's that. And one of these, whoops, get it the right way round. That's what I'm after. We're going to put that there. This looks mad, I know, but I have a plan. Just need to avoid getting sucked down there. This is the most dangerous bit of the operation. Right, now then. I don't know if that is deep enough. It's not going any deeper though, so that's what we'll have to put up with. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let the gas pressure stabilise a bit, and then basically I'm going to lob bombs down that hole. That's the plan. I think it's a stunningly good plan. But obviously I need to make sure that it's far enough away that the explosion doesn't just destroy what I've what I've built here. Which is the tricky bit of the operation. One of the tricky bits of the operation. Probably didn't need to bring quite as much stuff as I did, to be honest. Right, I mean, I guess I've got some contingency, so I could throw one in and just see what happens. I'm going to do that. That's not so good. Where did that drop? All the way over there. No, no, no. Don't be there. Don't be there. I want you to be here. No, I don't want you to be there either. I want you to be, like, literally right there. That's it. Now I want to run like hell. In case I've miscalculated, which I almost certainly have. I absolutely have, haven't I? Look at that. Okay, however, all is not lost because I brought spares. Whether I brought enough spares, of course, is a different question.
Power critical.
Oh, great. Running low on power already. See if I can do this before I run out. Okay. I think I may have just about brought enough spares. Right, okay. Let's switch you to you. Okay, what I didn't do, though, was to destroy this, so it's not the end of the world. There's our first bit of nitrice. Right, now, amazingly, we seem to have updraft going on here, but I can see there's more down there, so that's all good. What kind of relying on here is that I'm slightly concerned about that, I have to say. How much updraft have I got? Can I get just underneath this and then drop it? And if I do, will it still fall? Okay, we're good. Temperature is cold enough that that ice will either stay frozen, or even if it does vaporise, it counts as being in a room, so it should refreeze. Whoa. Right, okay, now turn the jetpack off and release another one. Let's hope it gets sucked straight in. It didn't quite, but nearly. That time it did. Down it goes. This is incredibly dangerous, and yet somehow it's still actually safer. Right, okay, next. Could do this all day. Quite fun, has to be said. It's slightly terrifying as you do this, and you just go like, please, no, seriously, can we stop shitting the bombs out? Where have you dropped? Where have you gone? Where did it go? I don't see it. I'm terrified. Okay, obviously it got sucked down there then. Okay, that's good. No. No, seriously? Come on. Just drop it down the hole. It's not hard. Shouldn't be hard. Where did it go? Did it go in? Guess we're about to find out. Yep, it went in. Okay, right, we'll throw one more. Right, that one I think I saw get sucked through that time. Definitely went down the hole. Okay, now, of course, really what I've got to do now is just wait until this all settles down. It's probably down to bedrock by now, I would guess. It's going to take a while before we've actually got sensible pressure differential. But in principle, so what I'm going to do, given that I'm going to need to come back here later, is I'm going to build a vertical, make it slightly visible. And then I believe that's the correct direction for base. Yes, it is. Okay, so 343 degrees. But yes, I think that could take quite some time for that pressure to stabilise. Looking at the state of that, I will go down and investigate later. But in the meantime, guess that's all we can do on that one. So we'll come back to that. Hopefully, at the bottom of that hole, there should be a large quantity of nitrice. Or if not, it's been vaporised and refrozen, and we've got nitrous, and the nitrogen has lifted away. Right, there we go. Okay. Well, I was kind of hoping we'd actually be able to fill some backpacks with some stuff on that little mission, but clearly not. So we've got what we've got, which is an okay amount. I mean, I had a bit from before, so could go do something useful with it. By useful, I mean burn it. Oh, that's still set to. Don't want that. It's already at a vacuum. Oh no, I was going to make some electrum, wasn't I? Do I risk opening this? I guess I do.
Hydration critical.
Wow, okay, it's actually flying. Not sure whether it all stayed in or whether some of it actually got sucked right out. Oops, did that wrong. Got any more in here? Yep. Take that. Some more under there. I'll take that. That's my 50 that I needed. Put that back in there. Okay. Got any more? More there. That can be consolidated. A bit more there. A bit more there. Okay, you can go in there then. Just consolidate this up a bit and make it slightly less messy next time. Lead looks like one we should be able to get some of. Just click madly and see what happens. That one and that one. I might as well grab some more copper if I need it. Right. Oh, that's actually almost tidy in here. Shocking. There we go. Right. Good enough. I mean, there's plenty more I could grab from in there, but that's a reasonable start, isn't it? Let's close that and up and over. Wonder whether any did actually get sucked out over here. No, I think it all ended up back in the cage, probably. I don't know, I suspect I'll find some rolling around at some point, but that's not a huge problem. Right, okay, and I've got the silver there. Right. Good. Let's make fire. Let's make big fire. That might be too big fire, we'll find out. Certainly very hot fire. Very hot fire. Impressive. Right, that's silicon. I'll take that. It's far too hot for doing any electrum just yet, but it's a bit more. Mind you, I could reduce the pressure and what do I need for electrum? I think actually it's just the pressure's got to be below 2.4. Yes. Yeah, actually that's all it cares about. Alright, well, it's a good opportunity to capture some really truly hot gas then, isn't there? Let's get that in there, and get that in there. Hopefully, by the time that is done, that will be almost under. There we go, electrum. Lovely. And we'll just do that and drop some of them in there. There we go. Right, good, okay. Where's the electrum gone? There it is. Good, okay. Well, that was a useful little job. How's that looking? Keep coming down. Actually, I'll just leave that on a low speed now. Just enough to keep it moving. Right, okay. So with that done, let's head back inside. Not going to get huge amounts more done this time. I don't think I'm going to get... I don't know how long it's going to take for the pressure to stabilise on that hole I made. It was rather bigger than I expected, so don't think I'm going to get too far with that, but we shall see. Right, let's get that across there, swap that with that there, cancel the pressurise. Okay, that's those. Alright, well, that's another useful load of stuff made. Alright, and I didn't actually need those iron sheets, did I? Whoops. I didn't really want to do that either, though. I was trying to just drop them. Excuse me. Right, so I have got a spare door, in case I wreck the other one. But I think I'm just going to bring that in. Right. Tidy up. I could go and feed that coal into the processor, but we won't do that just yet. Stairs was my next task. I believe I'm going to need 3. Right, I'm also going to install an active vent out there. Assuming I've got some cable. Have I got any cable at all? I don't think I have. I think that might be the last cable in the house. Best make some more. To be honest, I may as well make yeah, maybe not 300, that might be excessive. I will take a 50 stack. Right, that's 4, not 3. Oops, never mind, I'm sure I'll use them. Right, steel sheets. We've run out of steel. Let's put that 13 in straight away. I don't actually know how many more I need out there. Let's dial in 20, have that make, and actually that'll be enough for now. I think that's as much as we're going to get to this time. So we will also need some pipes. Quite sure how many, but I'll need some. And a passive vent. No, I don't need a passive vent. I've got one kicking around in here, haven't I? Yes, I have. Amazing. And obviously what we're going to do is to vacuum out right, actually I can use this door as well, that would be useful. Should have opened up this airlock instead, it'd be much more convenient. Well, let's just do that. Leave those there. And grab that. And grab that. Let's turn that off. But let's turn everything off. There we go. Peace. Right.
Health low.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go and drink in a minute, aren't I? Alright, well, let's see how we do. I'm thinking if I can just do this reasonably quickly. It's probably a sensible place to end the episode, but let's go and see how we get on. Right, so I'm going to go, oops, I'm going to go back inside apparently. Okay, I'll come further away before I turn my jetpack on. Up and over.
Hunger caution.
And crash into that. Right, okay, lovely. Now, the reason I brought a door is that I'm thinking it would probably be wise. Actually, let's right, let's one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Stairs. Right, so what did we work out the last time is that the exit point is in there. We're going to take that out, so that's going to be that corridor. I'm going to come down some stairs. I think I've misjudged this because that's going to open into a corridor. Then we're going to come down some stairs, which will fit in there. I think that is actually correct. And we need to go down one more. Yes, it is correct. Okay, so I'm a bit of an idiot, but never mind. Yes, I don't need to go anywhere near as high as I thought I did. First thing I need to do though is open this up. Because that wall is actually going to need to go there. Right, so let's... where is the angle grinder? There it is. Okay, so knowing now that we're going to come down there, what we actually need is to seal that. We'll be taking those out. I'll need to seal that. Right, I'll need to seal all of the space above here, won't I? Actually, right, let's... right, so I don't want those two there. So my little accident down there might actually be exactly the right thing to have done. I mean, it would have been good if I hadn't done it as an accident, but because I think what I now need to do is to put frames under here all the way around so that this becomes sealed. And weld those. stand away from the wall. Oh, that's as far back as I can get. Then I think this one will run round there, which will give me a little bit of space here above and beyond a absolute minimal landing. And so where is my mining drill? There it is. Do not get sucked back down there again. Wah! I'm not sure what's going to end up happening with those stairs, but you know. The sooner I can get this to a stage that I can actually button it up safely and vacuum it, the easier life's going to be, because this is hazardous. Right, okay. Then I think what I need is to take... Have I got one in front there? No, I actually haven't. Okay, so I need to weld those. Okay, and then that's the beginning of the space. Right, okay, that's a start. Now I need to figure out what needs to get closed up and organised here. So that's... oops. Right, that one. At the very least, I need to move that one down. Tetris, right. That one goes in there. Okay, so I think that is all fine in terms of that just needs sealing. I think. Oh, I've run out of gas. That's irritating. Right, okay, and I'm also dying, so I think that's probably going to be as far as we'll get. But I need 2 more frames on the top here, I think, and I need some underneath. What I can do is to try to figure out somewhere that I can work out where the corner's going to be, where I can put that vent. So I'm guessing if we were to put something in here, that starts to at least clear my hands a bit. That's going to be a corner. Yes, because I'm going to run across the top there. So let's put that in there. That can come up here. Obviously this is a temporary, misjudged positioning. Never mind. Actually, let's just move it a bit further away. Drop that in there. I'm sure I'll find a use for it later. If not, I don't hugely care. It's just a single piece of pipe, but... Okay, that can go on there. Right, okay, and now... I need to work out... I have no idea where I might be able to connect the power to. Probably have to go right up and over the top. So we'll go up here. This is obviously just a temporary fixing, so I'm not going to bother colouring up the power network. I'll just connect it to whatever conveniently fits. Right, health critical, so I may not get to finish this time. Ah, had it. It's because I'm trying to rush now. Okay, that's that bit done. I mean, in any case, I need quite a bit more, don't I, before I can do much usefully with it, but let's see how we get on. Health is at 21. Okay. Build as much as I can before it gets down too low, and then I have to give up. It'd be nice if I could chase this all the way down. Which I can't. Okay, this is getting a bit too critical now, I think. Yeah, okay, and I've got more complexity to figure out here as well. Actually, I could probably... Come on, can I do this? %. Yes! Okay, right, let's go, 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 go. Get inside, get inside, get inside, get inside. Right, I think we will end the episode with a quick drink and bite to eat, and then that is probably enough for this time. I've just got to figure out quite what I'm going to do with the layout underneath the base, but clearly it's going to need a substantial amount of additional frames building. Yeah, I think we might cancel the pressurise at this point, actually, if it's all the same with you. Oh, phew, there we are, 11%. That was a bit too close. Probably shouldn't really use my health as a buffer. I know that certainly there's a school of thought that says you shouldn't really let your health drop, but otherwise it gets a bit tedious how frequently you have to go and eat and drink. Right, the good news is I should now be able to drink some extra water, so look, I can get that up to, look at that, 175%. Top quality that is. Right, so I think probably that is safe to remove, but I'm not taking that risk just yet. However, in the meantime, let's release some CO2 in here. And I think that's actually a really good place to stop for this episode, because I think there is a fairly major build that we're going to be able to start working on underneath the base in another episode or so. But I still need to figure out how I'm going to put the thing together in order to be able to actually make that work, and I'm going to have to think about vacuuming it all out and how I'm going to access that. So I need to do a bit more thinking. That hole in the ground needs to do a bit more pressure equalising, after which hopefully we've got absolutely loads of nitrice. And that's it for this time. I hope you enjoyed episode 40, and I hope to see you on episode 41. Bye for now.